Hello, my name is Douglas Bloch. Welcome to the Depression Recovery Channel, where each week we talk about practical tools and coping strategies for healing from depression and anxiety. Today is Flashback Friday, a feature in which I republish one of my earlier videos you might not have seen that contains really important coping strategies that will help you attain a better mood. Now here's today's video. The title of today's video is Lost Connections. Is Society Making You Depressed? But of course, in order to get undepressed, we like to laugh around here, so we start off with a joke. And this is actually a true story. I've been watching the nightly business report on public television, and the other night they were talking about the new tax cuts by the Republicans. And one of the commentators said, you know, as a result of these tax cuts, the private jet industry is taking off. As I said, the title of this video is Lost Connections. Is Society Making You Depressed? And the theme of this video is that depression is not just an individual problem. It's not just a matter of biology. It's a response to the way we're living our lives. Depression is a problem of society, and we who suffer from depression should not feel guilty or ashamed that we are uniquely afflicted. This idea, which I first wrote about in my book, When Going Through Hell Don't Stop, 20 years ago, I guess I was prophetic, this idea was recently reinforced in a new book called Lost Connections by the London-based journalist Johann Hari. And in this book, he talks about 7 different ways in which society disconnects us. 7 different kinds of disconnections in this culture. I'm just going to talk about 2 of them right now. Being disconnected from one another and being disconnected from meaningful work. In my video, The Number One Cause of Depression, I talk about a major cause of depression being loss of love, separation from those we care about. But there's also another kind of disconnection that occurs not just between individuals, but throughout society, because over the last half century, we've become much more isolated in America and probably in other countries as well. There are a number of reasons for this: the breakdown of close-knit communities, the breakdown of the extended family. What are some other reasons I can think of? Hurried way of life, loss of shared values. And as a result of all this, people are feeling much more disconnected and alienated from each other. And what we have instead of real community are what I call pseudo-communities. Malls, oh my God, I don't know, I guess malls are okay for some people, but I find them rather depressing myself, where kids hang out, and also the internet. I'm on YouTube, I love, what we do here, but in many cases I know people in my depression support groups who spend hours all night just, going through videos and on Facebook, and this can be quite isolating in its own right. As a matter of fact, a recent study came out that said the more time a person spends on the internet, the more depressed they're likely to be. Let's say you're in a deep crisis and you need some support. Who are the people you're going to turn to? You're not going to turn to your Twitter followers or your Facebook friends. What you're going to want is what we have in our support group, someone to sit with you and listen to you and hold your hand in person. Unfortunately, such people are becoming increasingly rare. I just read a study where they said in the 1950s, when I was growing up, when people were said, who are the close people you could really talk to about something really deep and important to you? People would say, I have 3, 4, 5 friends. Now the same survey, a person will say, I have 0 or 1 friends. Certainly this is the case with many people who come to my groups. And perhaps this is why Mother Teresa called America the loneliest place in the world. One of my group members had recently come back from Africa, and she was working in the Peace Corps there. And when she came back to America, she said, I'm in culture shock. In Africa, people don't have a whole lot, but at least they have a sense of community. Here in America, I see people commuting in these big cars, one person to a car, and it just feels so alienating. This is precisely what I'm getting from your support group, some community, and when I look outside, I don't see it a whole lot. Now I'd like to turn to the subject of work. In my book, Healing from Depression, I talked about fulfilling work as an important component of healing when you're depressed and of maintaining mental health. That's what Freud said anyway. And yet in his book, Lost Connections, Johann Hari reports something very different. He reports a Gallup poll talking about Americans' attitudes towards work, and this is what it says. 13% of us love our work. We enjoy it and look forward to it. 63% of people are sleepwalking through work. They neither like it nor hate it. And 24% of people hate their work, hate it, dread it, or fear it. It's kind of incredible that 87% of us don't like our work most of the time, and almost twice as many people are likely to hate their work as to love it. Could this could there be any connection between this and depression? I definitely think there is. Not having fulfilling work, not liking your work, hating your work when you're there 40, 50 hours a week, that's going to have a negative impact on your mood. One of the reasons that people are dissatisfied with their work is because they don't feel they have any control over their work. And it's been shown that when people don't have that sense of control, they feel depressed, because human beings have a need for autonomy. So if your work is not giving you that sense of control, why don't you maybe become self-employed or seek another job that will give you that control, or perhaps you can even do volunteer work where you will have at least not only a sense of control, but you'll be able to have some meaning and purpose. Whatever the solution to our social malaise, one thing is clear: we cannot heal in isolation. Our salvation, or individual salvation, is connected to the salvation of others. This is perhaps why the anonymous author wrote the following. I sought my soul, but my soul I could not see. I sought my God, but my God eluded me. I sought my brother and sister, and I found all three: my God, my brother, and sister, and me. This has been Douglas Bloch. I hope you found the information on this Flashback Friday video helpful. If so, please give it a like, as likes draw more and more people to this channel, and hopefully some more subscribers. You can also leave your comments in the comments section, or email me, douglasbloch@gmail.com. If you do want to subscribe to this channel, click on my photo in the closing credits. You'll be taken to my subscribe page. And if you click on the bell to the right, you'll be notified every time I do a new video or live chat. And if you want to contribute to this channel and become a patron, simply click on the Patreon image. You'll be taken to my crowdfunding site. And until next video, I wish you the best in your mental health recovery. Thank you so much.